This
Yesterday,
conference will now be recorded.
yesterday we completed the demo and we understood the course content. I went through entire course content. Today, let's understand why the customer has to use SAC for planning. There are many planning tools. If you observe OneStream, PPC, so there are many planning tools within SAP and non-SAP planning tools also available. People now, if you see the demand for SAC planning increasing because this planning tool offers many features, benefits. So now today's business environment, it's our business environment is dynamic. So today's dynamic business environment, we need a tool which assists them, which will make their work easy. So SAC can do that. SAC basically a planning solution, not only planning solution. It's it has analytical capabilities, it has predictive capabilities. So basically it's a unified platform. It's a unified platform for analytics, planning, and predictive capabilities. So we are going to cover only planning. So in this course, we are going to cover only planning. So however, as you know, like analytics and predictive capabilities are there. So it's all in one solution. It can integrate the process. If you talk about planning, it can integrate the process like operational expenses, financial planning, sales planning, HR planning, supply chain planning. So it ensures all the departments are aligned and working with the same data. And always they can get real-time insights using whatever plan they are performing, whatever actual data they are getting from the sources, they can get the real-time insights. And also, as I said, like it has workflow capability. So we also call it as collaborative planning. We can streamline the workflows here. And it also having advanced forecasting capabilities, as I said, like driver based planning, predictive forecasting tools. Right. So let's understand the features of SAC planning so that we will understand how this is useful for businesses. It has rich modeling, top down and bottoms up planning can be performed. What if simulations can be performed? You have a concept called private versioning. You have value driver planning or uh, uh, value driver tree planning, or you can also perform driver based planning. You have predictive scenarios, predictive forecasting. You can use collaboration and cell commentary. You can use workflow and task assignments, graphical allocations, variance reports, and Excel integration also available. So let's understand one by one. When I say rich modeling, it's talking about how you are going to create. So modeling relevant to the consultant. We create dimensions models required for this. So when you are creating dimensions and models, here you have an option when you go to the modeler here. So when you create a dimension, let's say I have a public dimension tables here. When I come here, public dimension tables, I can create dimensions here. In this public dimensions, you can see all you see this sheet. It's kind of the master data is maintained here. Company code master data is maintained here. It's kind of Excel sheet. You can the look and feel. You can see it's like Excel. You can insert the records here one by one, or you can copy paste the record, or you can load the data for this dimension from the any source from S4 HANA. For currently, we can load it from the S4 HANA system. And also, if you observe here, you can see the hierarchy here itself. If you click on hierarchy management, you can see the hierarchical format. So model also, if you see here, same place, we have model creation. In the model creation, let's go to the model here. So you can create a model here. And if you see, these are all the models already created. When you create a model, you have different options available for the models. So you can create the measures for the model. So model in the sense it stores the transaction data, actual and planned both transaction data it stores. So here you can see the measures, you can see the dimensions. So for operational expenses planning, I need cost center, I need WBS element, I need profit center, I need functional area, I need company codes. You can see all in one place. All in one place you can see. So, and also at model level, you can also define the calculations. You can see the calculations. That's why I told you here it's rich modeling. The first benefit is rich modeling. Second thing, here you can perform top-down planning and bottoms-up planning. So we have stories. So when we go to the stories, so we can open any story. Yeah. So let's open one story. So in the story, you can plan top. You can use, so for example, sales planning. When we perform sales planning, we want to plan at product group level. Then we want to distribute that product group level data into the lower levels. Right. So here, top-down planning we can perform using planning we can perform using multiple hierarchies. So when I go to the modeler, here I have an option to define in the dimension. I have an option to define multiple hierarchies. Left side when I go here, I can create hierarchy, hierarchy 2, hierarchy 3. Now you can see here you have multiple hierarchies. Using these multiple hierarchies, I can perform top-down planning. So the by default, this particular product gives you an option to plan bottoms up. And also you can perform what if simulations here. So what if simulations in the sense, so I planned the data, right? The data is planned and the data is submitted. After that, my management said, or my board said, raw material prices, because of tax changes, raw material prices are going to decrease 10%. So how it is going to affect my entire planning? So how it is going to affect my product cost? How is going to affect my profitability? How it is going to affect my P&L statement? So that's what if simulations. I want to create another version so that I can understand raw material price 10% change, how it is going to affect my profitability, P&L, and balance sheet. So we have we can develop a layout or a story where we can perform this particular simulations, what if simulations. So for example, this is one simulation cockpit. So when the raw material prices are changed, so like this one screen we can develop. I can sales simulation, expense simulation, raw material price simulation, like that. You can, this is the capability in SAC. This capability, if you want to develop this capability in other products, you have to spend a lot of time, but here it's a default functionality. So now also see here raw material price simulation. So when I go to the raw material price simulation, I can change the raw material prices and I can execute one multi action. It will calculate all the dependent data. So here I can change my raw material prices, and I can analyze how these raw material prices are changing my product cost, my product profitability, profit and loss, balance sheet, and cash flow. If I want to run everything once and I want to see the simulated value, I just need to click on trigger all data actions for this simulation. And here you have an option to create the private version, right? So actually, version concept everyone knows, right? So in S4HANA you have version, in BPC you have version, in BW you have version. So version basically identifies one particular data set. But here versioning, two concepts are there: public versions and private versions. So what is this public version and private version? Basically, the user always want to take a copy of the data. So for example, there is a plan data, there is operational expenses. So that operational expenses, he don't want to change the existing plan data. What he want to copy that plan data to his own version. He want to play with that data whatever he copied with the new version. So what I mean to say, it's not good if we if we change the public data, so whomever so everyone want to view that plan data. If someone changes, it's a problem. So I can copy that plan data as a private version, and I can change if I'm okay, and if I can get the feedback, then I can publish it as a public version. So here you have version management, very good technique here. So when it is called story, in the story you have an option to go to version management. So here version management. Here you have two types of versions, public versions and private versions. When you create a private version, or you can copy a public version as a private version, and you can modify this private version. This is the concept available here. Also, you can perform driver based planning. So the driver based planning, basically what happens, you have you have different options. For example, you can create a story for the driver based. I mean, you can create a layout. For example, cost center expenses you want to service cost center expenses you want to allocate to manufacturing expenses based on some drivers like 50%, 50%. So that way you can create. Also, you can use, there is a concept called value driver tree. You can use that value driver tree. It's a very good concept. So you can use that value driver tree to, this is the value driver tree to make it that one. So you can select a source to define this one. Right. So it's like, so drivers are here, and the drivers are linked to one particular KPI. So you can when you update the drivers, it automatically updates the KPI. And also you have predictive scenarios here. If you observe here, when you come here, this capability, you have predictive scenarios. Three scenarios SAP developed and delivered for you: time series, regression, and classification. So using this time series forecast based on the time, how the revenue will next 12 months, next 20 months, based on the historical data. So you can train this particular algorithm to give you future periods data. And also you have collaboration and cell commentary. So when you come here, you have an option of calendar. So in the calendar, your planning process can be with start date and end date. You can maintain when the planning process starts. Operational expenses you can start in this particular day, you can end in this particular day. So start date and end date you can mention. So here you can, so you week wise plan you have month wise plan you have. And also in this calendar you can add different processes. You can add even data action to schedule. You can add multi actions. So these are the new concepts, multi action. So multiple data actions you can call in one multi action. So you can uh, add a general task where you want to submit the data, review task where you want to submit the data for a review, the reviewer can review the data. So workflow is enabled. Then you have allocations. So the allocate, if you see this data actions here, we can create the data actions. So we can create multiple data actions. For example, you can use advanced formula. So this is the coding for the advanced formula. It is simple, you can understand. You can delete the data, you can add the code like this. And you have also visual. So the visual one, if you observe, so the people who are not comfortable with the uh, code, they can use the visual graphics to to calculate their values. And here only they added the allocations. If you see this allocation, I can add allocations. So I can add a new data action for the allocation. For the allocation, see the allocation rules based on what dimension you want to allocate, what is the driver dimension, what is the target dimension. Here you have lot of reports for the, so for example, variance analysis reports, and some other reports. If you want, you can perform those reports. For example, so here I have, for example, operational expenses planning. I can create different reports. So expense by cost center hierarchy, activity cost, and project reports I can create. I have drivers, I can maintain the drivers. So let's say expense by cost center. So here you can see the report. You have fixed expenses, variable expenses, and you have different reports, expense by cost center report, right? And you can see the 2025, 2026 actual versus plan data, and you can add different reports. You can add visualizations also, 2026 data. So with this, what I'm trying to explain, you have flexibility to for the rich modeling, right? You can easily model. So Excel kind of dimension maintenance models, you can create measures and dimensions, you can add measures, dimensions, calculations. You can perform what if simulations. You have private version of concepts. You have diver based planning. You have top down planning. You have bottoms up planning. You have predictive forecasting. You have collaborations. You have workflows. You have graphical allocations. You have variance. You can create variance analysis reports, and also you have Excel integration. So this is overall product capability. In this course, all these things we are going to create. You are going to get hands on this report. Then we are going on this particular product, and then we are going to understand the integrated financial planning integration aspects. So this is the idea of this particular course. Yeah, as I said yesterday, we are starting from the we are starting from this weekend. I mean, coming Saturday will be the first session. And if you are interested, just send an email to me that you want to participate in this particular session, right? Now you can ask any questions relevant to this particular topic. Any question?
Hi, sir.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, sir, this SSC planning and all. So, any prerequisite is there to learn this thing? Means it's a means functionality wise, it's a dependent on your FIC or logistic model. But
See,
I,
basic
as it,
in SAP, what happens, any module, whatever the
uh,
module, right, you
uh,
learn, you need basically experience. I mean, that function. For example, if you want to learn FICO, you need accounting knowledge and experience, prior experience in that FI, right? For every module,
right,
only the
right.
technical things like ABAP and all those things not required. So now this
Okay.
this this particular course, for example, if you don't have experience, this particular
Uh,
course can give you that experience. It becomes your starting point to
okay.
enhance your skills. So you will get one project implementation experience. As I said,
Okay.
like after this course, you can easily, I mean, you can confidently implement
Hmm.
planning projects.
Okay. And sir, means we will experience everything we will do in the demo server itself. So in the demo server, that kind of functionality we can build. That's the way
Ye-
actually we do in the real time.
Correct. So whatever you are executing, whatever you are doing in this training system, right?
Mhm.
That's how you are going to work in the real time projects also.
Okay, okay, okay. So there is no as such technical knowledge is required, right? Because I am a FICO guy with having 15 years experience. So the no as such technical means BW reporting and this kind of stuff is required for SSC planning or not
See,
required.
when you are FSEO consultant, you might have used reports, right? So balance sheet,
Right.
PF
Uh,
preference. So you have some knowledge on reporting also. You might have seen some cost center variance reports, right? Standard cost,
yes.
and
Yes.
etc. So this
Yes.
this course is for the FSEO consultant mainly.
Okay. Okay, sir. So
Yeah.
apart from these official things, everything will be communicated over in a mail, right? Because I am interested.
Maureen,
So I will do this course at any cost. So
you
I'm
just
sending
send
you the
an
mail
email
and
to
you
me. Yeah.
okay. So you will send
And
the other details over there, no?
yeah, yeah. Our mail I will
Okay.
send. Yeah.
Okay.
Kiran,
Okay.
I
Okay,
am
sir.
late. I missed your session, but I am also interested to the course. So, is the if I want to contact you for classes session, the whole course, how what is the process?
So just send an email that you are interested for this course. This is bpc.kiran@gmail.com. So I
That
will,
mail.
I will, yeah, that mail I will send all the details and meeting request for next weekend.
Okay,
Thank you.
and payment is like 15,000 now before starting, or how it is?
So 15,000 now before starting next session. Okay, 15,000 after 2 3 weeks you can pay, not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, okay,
Uh,
Kiran, thank you. And can we, you said that yesterday that we are going to get recorded version for the, but recording for yesterday and for
Yeah, yeah,
that
I
I'm
will send
recording it.
via email. So when you send an email, I will reply to that email with these recordings.
Yeah, thank you, because today I missed it because I was busy
Not an
somewhere.
issue.
Thank you,
I
Kiran.
will send. I will send. Yeah.
Thank you, Kiran.
yes.
Uh,
Thank you, sir.
I'm stopping.
Sir,
I'm
I
yeah.
have just one question. The class timing will remain same like this Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m.